Let's go live now. Yes! Okay, we are live. Hey, nice to meet you guys see you once again. It's a very, very spontaneous sharing. Hey, by the way, we are streaming to endless. Next level all stars. So yeah, so that's how we can share our knowledge in terms of exactly. Actually, this episode is very, very special in terms of we are actually integrating two elements inside about Apple. Okay, if you are investor of Apple, or maybe if you are already maybe thinking of investing in Apple, okay, please type Apple. Okay, let me know if you are Apple investor. Gerra, are you an Apple investor?
No. Are you?
Are you intending to be an Apple investor?
I don't know, because it's like I'm not an Apple fan, right? But I don't know whether if I should let this emotion affect my investing decision. You know, it's like make money is make money. I don't like Apple is I don't like Apple.
Okay, you know, like in the past, I really wasn't so into Apple because I didn't know how strong the moat is.
Okay.
But only until actually because of this show, I really went to do a rather in-depth case study on Apple. Then I realized actually Apple is a very powerful company. But of course, there's also anything that is powerful, there's downside, right? There's possible potential limitations that the company has. So that's why today we are also going to share with you the three things, actually the three biggest fear of Apple. Okay, let me just put out the brand banner so that you guys know what are we talking about. All right, so what are we going to talk about today is the three greatest fear of Apple is facing right now, and these three common fears, right, are actually very, very legit and relatable to women as well. So if you can hear us, please type Apple, okay, so that I know that you guys can hear us. In the meantime, let me just go and announce happening right now.
Busy multitasking.
Yes. I just don't want people to miss it because we are going to share so much. Okay, if you can hear us, please type Apple so that I know everything is good to go and we can go straight into the dissect of Apple, the three greatest fear, and what does the fear have to do with women and how do we overcome it, the fear at the end of the day. Apple dissect. Okay. Now, let me just test on my Facebook as well, just to make sure everybody can hear us. If not, we keep on talking and nobody can hear us. All right. Let me see. Okay. Yes. Okay, people are watching. I think it's really a bit too early. So next time maybe you should do it later. If not, really.
How late? Because our initial time was
9:10. Okay, but now at least I think people will start to streaming earlier, more and more.
I think it's okay lah. We just switch around.
All right.
That's exciting.
Yes. Okay. Let me start share screen.
Yeah.
And by the way, Gerra, she even though she's a makeover coach, she is also an investor. So yeah, she has a lot to share with us as well on beauty as well as on investing. So let's get started. Right. Exactly. What are the three biggest fear that women and Apple have in common? And if you're already investing in Apple, this is good to take note because we always should be mindful about potential downside. Or if you're not investing in Apple, actually, in fact, the Apple stock price, right, has really picked up a lot. Let me just show you how much stock price, how much momentum they has actually gained over time. Throughout actually just 1 year, Gerra, you'll be surprised. Back in 2019 September, which is like exactly 1 year ago, okay, because Apple went through stock split, all right?
Yeah.
Only stock split last week. So after adjusted the stock price, stock split after that, right? Back then, after stock split, actually
back then they had a stock split also.
No, back then they didn't have stock split. But once the stock go through stock split, right? Google is smart enough to tabulate everything. Tabulate everything to make you to make sense of what happens after the stock split. So basically, the stock price back then they were adjusted accordingly. So this is already adjusted accordingly because of the recent stock split. Okay, now one Apple share is split into 4. So that's why the value of the Apple actually seems to be decreasing, but actually it's just splitting, right? So if you actually invested 1 year ago, now, right, your profit is almost 150%. really amazing, like more than 100% return in one single year. And in fact, after the recent stock split, the stock price continue to chunk up a lot. So that's why when you are investing in Apple, you must be also thinking, hey, like, wow, the stock price really jumped up so much already. Is it still okay, or is it still worth continuing holding on? So there are 3 fears actually the Apple company is facing right now. Can anybody make a guess? Just random guess in terms of what do you think are the 3 things that you should be. All right, I can hear us. Okay, so keep your comments coming in, keep your questions coming in. We'll be answering your questions as well. So the first thing is actually has to do with iPhone. Okay, at the end of the day, Apple is really what do we know Apple for? It really, because of iPhone, it really revolutionized.
I know the iMac first.
iMac is the first thing, but it's the iPhone that revolutionized everything,
true.
right? That's how Apple gets so famous. So the first thing that you should be paying attention to is the drop in iPhone sales, and that's why Apple is also pretty anxious about it. So that's why they are doing something along the way. Actually, now they are already releasing cheaper iPhones to really attract and
it's
continue
time.
It's time. Man, like iPhone has
it took them so long.
so expensive. You're not an iPhone user, right? I'm not an iPhone user.
It looks like a Apple bag.
yeah, mine also look like Apple by
Oh, yours is not? It's not. I'm so surprised. I thought you're an Apple fan, but actually you're not using an Apple phone.
Yeah, that's why I
what
say
phone are you using?
This is Oppo.
Yeah, same.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I am not an Apple fan, but I'm using iMac right now. But I do realize that it's very user friendly, but it doesn't really necessarily make me to be a hardcore Apple fan. But you can see that back in 2018, 2017, you can see the sales of iPhone, be it Mac or iPad, everything has been increasing, but 2019, it was the iPhone that actually got dropped quite a lot. You can see the percentage of change is 14% drop. And if you look at the revenue significance of iPhone on Apple, right, it's actually really significant. If you look at the iPhone to the total number of net sales, that is more than half of the total number of net sales. So that's why if iPhone sales continue to decrease, it's definitely not going to be very healthy for Apple. And that's why they are actually releasing cheaper iPhone nowadays to capture users, to capture people who are slightly don't really want to fork out so much money for just a phone, right? Because we know.
But why did iPhone sales drop? Like, do you have a reason why?
Yeah. Okay. So Ken Koo said, right? Ken said iPhone is the most secure phone in the world. For sure, he is.
Totally agree with you, Ken.
but he said iMac and MacBook are pretty horrible to use. So are you a Apple fan or not? Okay, you say 2 things. Okay, yeah. Why is it drop? Because of the econ. Okay, in the past, why iPhone has been increasing in sales every single year like so tremendously is because it has been actually moving to different parts of the world, right?
Okay.
US is definitely one of them as a dominant market, but they're also going to Europe, China, Japan, and the rest of the Asia Pacific. In fact, right, China actually constitute to quite a huge revenue to them as well. So, but as you go to other more and more countries, people are just used to your products already. So at first when you launch it, wow, people want to buy, right? But slowly over time, they get used to you. You are not novel anymore. And on top of that, smartphone sales are getting so competitive, right? Like even Oppo phone like this, a few $100, I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I really think that why do you need to spend like more than 1K and more to get an iPhone?
Sorry, Apple, but yeah, really awesome. I've been using it more than 2 years.
Okay. So that's why iPhone drops has been decreasing, especially 2019. But actually, recent 2020, the first quarter, the second quarter, the sales start to pick up again. I think it's probably also contributed by
who?
The firstly COVID, maybe.
Really?
Okay, because COVID, people now spend more time. But I think the
phone overused, then become like
no lah. You want to buy actually not just iPhone sales in general, iMac, everything. The sales continue to increase during COVID. I think it's also probably because iPhone also have a cheaper model right now. But
okay.
later on, I will explain to you why do they want to have a cheaper model for iPhone, so that to really capture the market share, and that is the future direction that Apple
But
is
how
truly
cheap?
going into. About $500-$600, you can have an iPhone right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
HDD,
originally it's about
Originally, it's
double,
more than
right?
one. Yeah, originally
Okay.
it's definitely more than 1K
Okay,
for
okay.
iPhone, right?
So 50%.
Yes. So so this is first thing. And you can see that the product revenue in general also dropped. So majority contributed by drop of iPhone sales, but the service revenue actually increased over the years. And this is the service revenue, which is actually has to do with the later part of the fears that Apple is facing right now. I'll explain to you a lot more in detail. But keep in mind that the service revenue has been increasing, and your on the other hand, product revenue has been generally decreasing over time. So because that has to do with iPhone as a company, it has really become so famous. Apple has become so famous, but over time, there's also a lot more competition, right? So, as a women, also the same thing as we age, like even though we become more and more mature, right?
Yeah.
One thing that we cannot deny that
we cannot stop time.
is really like age is catching up. That's when maybe we will seem to be less appealing, because we are just like iPhone, we are so used to it already, right? It's no longer novel, right? So how do you keep up, right? How do you keep up with that? That is something that has to do with women. So that's why I felt that the first thing that, hey, maybe age is catching up and we kind of have our shape body, even though actually we are very much in shape right now. So not applicable to us, but we will eventually grow to that stage.
I hope not. Yeah. But we'll try our best. We always try our best.
Yes. Okay. So so let's see what other people's comments in between. Okay, while Gerra is going to give us some tips on how do we, as a lady, how do you keep up with the shape, keep up with the beauty, right? So Justin is saying iPhone sales have dropped. The resilience of the total net sales is also lesser, right?
Actually, just funnily, I also realized recently, right, the competitors' phones have increased price.
You mean
right? It's like, I don't know if you have noticed, but there is the Samsung 20 and the Huawei.
Yes.
They're costing more than $1,000 now.
Yes.
Even with contract.
Yeah, that's
then
true.
It's funny because Apple is trying to fight it, lowering the price, but then the competitors are actually coming up.
Yeah.
So a bit hard. It's a very tough fight, right? It's going to be a very strong fight.
That's why Apple's focus is really not on hardware, and hardware means like a phone, a MacBook. That's considered hardware, right? And they do see that it's a very competitive industry, and the fear of being more and more less attractive, it's also one of their fear. That's why iPhone sales has been dropping, right? So that's why they're moving into software and moving into the service revenue, which we are going to cover in depth later. So remember to stay all the way so that you really understand Apple much better in terms of its risk as well. So one of the person is asking, can you explain what is the reason for stock split back then? You mean just last week? Okay, I'm talking. Actually, Apple split a few times. So this is just last week was another split. So this is not the topic of today, but I do. In my opinion, I felt when the stock split, that means the per share is become much lesser, right? In terms of at first it was $500, now it's only $100 plus. It's definitely much more easier for people to buy and sell stocks. So that trading volume, as well as that market, that liquidity, is make it even more attractive for people to continue to invest in Apple. So that's, in my opinion, they want to stock split. All right. It's also easier actually for us to actually continue to invest and buy Apple.
But coming from maybe I'm asking from audience point of view and non-Apple investor. So why is it the company decide to do stock splits? Like, how is it good for them? Do they get in more cash flow because there's more people who can actually put money in, and then at the same time the shares also grow higher?
Stock split doesn't necessarily mean that the shares can go higher. Sometimes actually after stock split, the shares can actually drop momentarily, but if it's a good company, of course, eventually it will pick up. But I think it's because of the liquidity issue. They want more people to be able to participate in the trade, right? So they want to
Like
put
why?
stock split.
Why?
That's how they can have more and more investors into the company.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's how, if you put in more money, they also have more funds, right? So
okay. So the ultimate goal is because they have more funds so that they can roll the company forward. Okay.
So does it dilute your shareholding? Let's say if originally you have one share, because of stock split, now you have 4 shares. So your number of shares does increase. Yeah. So actually, in my opinion, I do think that stock split is a good thing, in my opinion, because that's how.
Yeah, correct. Because your number of stocks, it's just like in the money you have $150 note, and then
now you split
it's
into $5, $10. Yeah.
But then the best thing about stock splits is usually people are more willing to enter the stock, and then your value of the stocks that you have actually grow better than when it didn't split before.
Correct. Especially if it's a good company, it's much easier for other people to invest right now, and over time it can also drive up the share price. But of course, provided it's a good company.
Yeah.
So Apple, indeed, it is a very good company based on the track record. Okay. So now let's get Gerra to share with us exactly what's the first fear, right? Which is women also, age catching up and stuff. So how do we really overcome this?
Okay, so as you can see, right, we will age with time, and because time is not reversible, and like no matter how we try to maintain, right, sometimes our bodies just don't listen to us. So how do we actually maintain is to keep your mindset open, look out for new things, but the thing is, you kind of have to adapt to it. If you're open to it, you'll be more willing to learn it. But I'm not saying that you have to learn every single thing that's out there, because not everything can be like up to your capabilities, or maybe you don't even have enough time. So I want to try to say is like, can we like go back to
sure. This one?
Yeah, correct. So I just want to like bring your attention to the second sentence. It's like, we have no intention to depict how a female should look like, but it is why what we want is the power of choice. As we all want freedom, we want power, we want choice to choose when we want to look our best, or also like keep to the body shape that you have in mind, so that you can actually see the change and feel better, and so that you actually live a better life.
You talk like so philosophical.
It's true. It's like nowadays, right? I think the world is a bit complicated. So it's like, to put it simply, right? Okay, just be simple, content. But the thing is, we have emotions. Then we will compare ourselves to other women.
True.
I'm sure a lot of you are
who like to compare yourself.
But let me be the first one to admit openly. Like in my thoughts, right, I'll be like, why is she prettier than me? Or like, how come she has bigger boobs than me? You know, that kind of just sudden thought will go into your head. Like, do you experience the same thing?
Yeah, of course. Especially like with TV, right? Like we always see celebrities really being the perfect shape, So sometimes we also wonder, hey, if only I'm that tall. If only my shape is so good, right? So just like iPhone, if only other competitors like are trash, but actually they are not, right? They are really catching up.
Yeah, correct. So the thing is, we just do our best, and then the key thing is not to obsess too much. Like, you kind of take it in, you're aware, you absorb it, and then we just do our best to go one step better than our own selves maybe yesterday. That's how I kind of benchmark myself against lah. It's like, I may not have the best body, I may not have the best face, but I make sure that I'm better than yesterday.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. So, like for example, like you as a woman, especially if you are like women trying to invest, learning about investing, about trying to improve in different aspects of your life, really do that work to improve it. For example, read more about investing, maybe listen to the talk like this so that to level up yourself. I think this is what we can do every single day.
But I think a lot of us will have this negative little voice that will tell us like, but I feel maths, I cannot do it. My hand is shaky, I cannot do it properly. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, okay, so the thing is, everything can be learned, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Is that an excuse? I don't want to say it's an excuse, but really, it's really an excuse, lah.
I think it's as long as you have the will, you can do it. It's just that whether is this a priority for you?
That's
as
true.
well.
That's
Because
true.
you have so many things that you want to achieve in your life, right? For example, I am very bad at cooking. Then maybe someday I think, hey, I want to pick up cooking skill, but it's not my priority right now. But if I want to make it to be a priority, I know I can learn it for sure.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But then the next question would be, how do we know what to prioritize?
What is truly important to us, right?
Okay.
What is important
so you
to
kind of have to
Different people are
ask
different.
ourselves this question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So what is important to you? If you're watching right now, what is important to you? Maybe you can type down your answer in that comment section as well. Okay. So for myself, what is important to me?
What is important to you?
I think I want to build a community where women support each other, where women come to invest together.
Oh, that was exactly what I was talking with my friend yesterday. Like, as a female, right, I would like that there would be support behind me or like with me, right? So that like whenever I feel lousy or whenever I don't know anything or I need help, right? Someone that we can relate to each other. Like at least we are Asian, right? So of course, preferably in Asian context.
Yeah.
Then I would think that it's actually very nice. Then like sometimes we catch up over like maybe a workshop or like those retreat, right? Then it would be very, very nice because we're all neighbors and friends and sisters.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was exactly what I was talking about.
And I think like when you gather together, like it's very different. Like when you have the community to help each other to learn something together, that's really keep you going as well.
Yeah, correct.
That's why we want to find an investing community. We want to find a community that talk about fitness, and that's why people
the
have
inner and
joined
outer
different
beauty, like in a nutshell, right?
That's
because
true.
it's like you have inner, you don't have outer. Sometimes you feel like you're being shortchanged of something. Then sometimes you're outer, but you got no substance here. Also, like.
Puda said that out of shape also no problem, can enter Guinness Book. Wow.
Yeah.
Very,
like
very
the
out
other
of shape.
extreme end of it. Yeah. But it will be really, really, really unhealthy.
It will be very, very uncomfortable. Like as a person, you cannot move as much as you want.
Yes, correct. Because if any one of us has mobility issues, right, I think we wouldn't be able to enjoy life as much as all of us want, I feel.
Yeah, so that's why it's good to keep fit. Not just the look, but also your body as well.
Yes.
All right. So what about men?
What about men? Why don't you tell us? Does it bother you as much?
You mean the look?
Yeah, and out of shape bodies.
Oh yeah. I think it's a very good.
How about this?
You can share with
you
us.
can type.
Let us know.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think it should apply to men as well, because men also want to look good, right? And they also want to become maybe a better investor. Since you are watching about investing, right? You also want to become better. But I think the fear that women have probably different from men in general, like not drastically different, but some of the things that we prioritize are different. So at the end, it boils down to what do you truly is important to you, right? So let's continue, okay? Let's delve into the second fear that Apple has. So just now we talked about drop in iPhone sales, drop in the kind of like the significance that Apple once had, right? The innovative, that being very bold, very different. So now they dropped that. So that's why they're trying to do other things to really catch up with the revenue and everything, right? So the second thing that it actually only happened until recent years, because of Trump. He got elected, and he is really a little bit out of the norm.
It's like killing his own brand in US. Because Apple technically it's an American brand.
Yes.
And like if he starts this trade war, right, and if China it gets really pissed, then they just cut it off. You look at Huawei. Okay, you kill me, no problem.
Yeah,
still doing very well.
That's true. So that's why the US-China tension, in fact, it does impact Apple. It will impact Apple even more if the tension doesn't really go well. Why do I say that? Is because Apple is really finding itself like get caught between these big power powerful house, which is the government, right? So, for Apple, a lot of its factories, its manufacturing networks, everything actually lies in China. Not just because it's cheaper to manufacture in China, but because the network sophistication, the supply chain, everything, it has developed over the years, right? It has been so integrated into Apple's own supply chain. So that's why it's very, very difficult for Apple to truly be pulled out of China. So if the China and US tension is not going to get better, then it will indeed give Apple be inside a very difficult position. So you can see that Apple's supply chain is actually one of these companies' greatest asset. Okay, it's a very intricate web where they draw components from all over the world. For example, they develop different components all over the world, right? But they will actually put it all into a China factory where they put everything together. Okay, and then after that they will ship it. Okay, use whatever products that Apple iPhones or whatever has been fully integrated and developed by China, right? And then they will ship it out using UPS or using FedEx to other parts of the world. So that's why it's not giving them just saving money, but also like China do have this right expertise, okay, where suppliers and laborers really at the scale that Apple truly needs. So because of the recent China and US tension, Apple is instead slowly trying to shift certain parts of it out of China for assembly and everything, but they're still finding difficulty because the rest of the countries are just not as good compared to China.
Yeah, I think it's always hard to it's like switching costs. So it's also relevant to investing. Like when you are already used to it and your factory is really very familiar with your putting together the device, the network, the infrastructure, right? And then you go and switch to maybe Vietnam or I'm saying for example, right? Firstly, the language is already also off. Then secondly, you have to retrain them, and that will actually cost you money.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So also developing, setting up everything, it's really require a lot of effort as well.
Yeah. So why did Donald Trump want to pick this fight? Can anybody like share with us like the true reason? Or Chloe, do you know the true reason? Like because people say like he wants to make more money somehow from this fight. Do you agree?
I don't.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
How can he make more money? Because I'm not too familiar with politics. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like maybe everything he does will drive something down, or like he can use his influence for something, so that when he can buy over at a very cheap rate, and then when he says, "Okay, we're not fighting now,"
then the stock price is then we'll go up. Then
something like that. Yeah.
Well,
maybe I think too much.
But we do see that.
Because I watch too much TV. Right?
Happening again and again.
Yes, exactly. Because internally, you don't know what they are like lobbying or what kind of deals they are actually exchanging, favors they are returning. Like you really don't know. Yeah, but otherwise, this whole fight doesn't make sense if it doesn't make him money.
True.
And he's a businessman. Like besides money, what else? What else can he do? I'm not sure. Maybe you can share with us in the chat. Like maybe you know something we don't.
But I do see that because he is so like polarized in terms of his campaign, his message, the things that he does. So that's why he's also able to gather support from the American people who are not very happy the jobs being taken, factories being set up overseas. So that's how he gained his popularity as well, which is a means to an end.
That's true.
Right? So as a woman, okay, if you link back to women, as an investor, maybe like Apple right now is in a dilemma, but women as well actually are also constantly being caught, in between certain
every single time.
So what most of the time, what are you caught up
with? What am I caught with? I don't think too much or stress. For what? I also don't know. As contradicting as Trump, right?
Yeah, because like really like ladies, right, in general, we really have a lot of things to take care of. We want to be good in many things, right? We want to make sure we are taking care of our family members. We are able to do well in career so that we can really take care of family members. So a lot of things we really care about other people, but many times maybe we end up caring too much, then we don't really pay enough attention to ourselves or our feelings as well. Yeah, so that's why there's always stress and tension at work. You always have to pay so much attention, right? Co-worker dropping, have you done this or not?
Correct. Yeah, your boss is like breathing down your neck, then like the deadline is like 10 things due now, that kind of then it's like blah blah blah.
So that's why if we are caught in this kind of situation, right, what should a lady do to really de-stress and prioritize ourselves? How?
Actually, for me, right, I would actually maybe multiple deep breaths, and then I will like, you know what, just F it. Then I will ditch whatever I can throw away.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
So that means you just,
it's like if I can afford to offend this person, right, and I don't have, like, I can take in the consequences of offending this person, I would do that. I would just teach.
So that you have a clear mind.
Correct.
Have a clear mind that you don't have to distract yourself, right?
Just go away. Yes.
I think most of the time I am trying to juggle many things at the same time. So I don't want to have a very ruthless cut unless necessary, right? So
so when is okay, so you have reached this necessary limit, what will you do?
Then I will just cut.
Oh, so you also will cut?
I will also cut.
Okay. So cutting is very good. It's just like how women always cut their hair, right?
Hey, like when you cut your hair, you also feel good.
Yeah. Why? For me, I don't but I know there's a saying like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel?
I do feel good.
Okay.
Oh, especially you have a drastic change, right? From a long hair to like suddenly maybe a short.
Maybe I just color my hair blonde.
Yeah, or maybe like you have a black hair, then you suddenly color your hair to be Gerra. Then everything like Gerra. Then you will feel like, so different.
Yesterday I was Mary, today I'm Lucy. So like I don't know you anymore. Yeah.
But really. But I think at the end of the day, it's about your happiness. Are you happy with what you are having right now? If you are not happy, then you really need to do something about it. Don't be stuck in a situation that you're forever not happy. Then at the end of the day, you're damaging a lot more to yourself and to other people around you because you're not happy. So happiness is very important.
Yes. It's like mentally healthy, physically healthy is super important. Plus happiness.
That's right. So how do you guys find happiness in general? Okay, if you have any ways, please share us in the comments. Okay, let us know how do you stay happy and healthy, right?
Yeah. You can share with us some secret tips that you use.
Right. So for Gerra, this is what?
Yeah, for me, I would like, as I said, like create boundaries and I cut. Then for myself, I'm actually quite aware. So like I know when I'm thinking negative thoughts, right? Sometimes I'll just indulge myself. I just think all the stupid negative thoughts, like 200%. Just squeeze everything out. Swear, curse, inside. Then I just vent. Whoever is nearby, I will just vent. Usually it's my husband. So I don't vent on other people. Like after that, right? Then I'll like distance myself, and then I'll just see what is more important, and then I do that first.
Yes.
And then if I can get away with not doing either I delegate.
Yes.
Or I just chop it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
so because if I'm not happy, right, even if I earn a little bit more, right, it's going to give me repercussions of like bad negativity. Then I don't find that it's worth it. But then that being said, right, I feel like sometimes when we are at the workplace, it's a little bit hard because I'm self-employed. Then it's easier for us to decide.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
want to chop you or not. But sometimes when you are at work and then you are kind of
you have to deal with
your boss.
Yeah.
And it's a chain effect.
True.
Correct. So I totally understand that, and I give you my fullest empathies. So maybe you can like try to communicate.
Yeah.
That would be a great way, because sometimes, right, I have a friend, she's very weird. Like she was in the advertising line. So advertising is
Very
really
stressful.
crazy, right?
Yes.
Very crazy,
Oh my
right?
God. I
So
heard
what
about
the
it.
co-worker and the seniors did to her, right, is that they always sabo her, hamdam her, right? Ask her to do stupid errands, buy coffee, clean this, do that,
Oh
right?
dear.
Then she just keep doing it, and then the more she do it, the more they bully her. So one day, right, I think she snapped lah, something like that story.
Mm.
And then the thing is, one of the seniors said to her,
Mm.
I was actually waiting for you to do that. Then I'm like, wow, how twisted is that? People are actually testing you.
Wow.
So just speak up. It works. So it's like you don't have to take all the shit. Like people are actually testing you. You have no idea. But they actually want you to fight back.
to have
For
your own
whatever
voice.
twisted reason, yes. So then they will actually respect you. And this happened to me before. My boss, he just squeezed me and squeezed me and squeezed me and squeezed. Yes, I'm new. I was like freshly graduate. And then one day I just totally exploded and I snapped, right? And then I was crying, stop squeezing me and stuff like that. Then he like, okay, then he backed off, totally gave me my freedom and peace. So you see, it works. It totally works.
So I think it's really be daring or be brave enough to voice out your concern, your opinion, or sometimes it can be even your unhappiness, because communication actually is more important.
Yeah.
If you're unhappy, you need to communicate what's with the problem and how do you can address it together, right?
Yeah, but the worst situation is you get fired lah.
no, the best situation is invest your way to become financially free.
That's
so you
true.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Wow,
Who is this Facebook
This
user?
is Puda.
Please.
Puda. Thanks. Yes, I think be grateful of what we have. I think regardless what unhappiness, I think everyone has problem, but regardless of problems we have, be grateful of what we already have. I think it's so true. This is from Sue. Thanks so much, Sue. All right.
Yeah.
So Amadip says that mental happiness is the best. I think mental happiness. I think
mental health,
right?
Mental happiness,
it's the best physical fitness.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
All right. So let's go to the third one. Okay.
Yeah.
The third fear that Apple face. And what are they doing right now, or can they do anything about it? Actually, I do think that the third one is very, very tricky in terms of actually has to do with service revenue. Remember just now we see that the product revenue is decreasing with the iPhone sales decreasing in general. But on the other hand, these sales, right, which is
actually, can I add that?
Oh yeah,
last
you can
sentence?
add that. You can add
I just want to highlight this.
You just want it's so important.
Yeah. Okay, so you see this phrase, when you are alive and well, you live to fight another day. It's actually very relevant to investing. Because at one go, right, you just shoot all your bullets, means money, right? Then when you're gone, you're gone.
Yes.
So they always tell you the portfolio size.
Yes.
So it's actually very, very similar.
Yeah. Always make sure you portfolio size. What do you mean by that is if you are investing, don't hum down maybe
today we thought our Apple is good, right?
Yeah,
Don't
you throw in all your
Apple,
money, all your saving into Apple. Don't do that, because if Apple stocks really go down, you will be in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, because
That's
it's all your money, right? So no matter how confident you are into certain company, I think don't over invest. Maximum, in my opinion, 20%. No matter how much I like this company, my total portfolio is about 20%. Anything more than that, if you make a lot of money, then of course congratulations to you. But if you lose a lot of money, that's when you sink yourself into unnecessary stress, and that is not healthy, right? So always make sure you portfolio size, you invest alive and well, and that's how you can invest long term. Yeah, I totally agree on that. Thanks for highlighting that.
Yeah.
So if we go back to Apple once again, right, you can see the iPhone revenue drop with the product revenue has been dropping, not growing at the same time, but actually the service revenue has been increasing over the years. So has been doing quite well for service revenue. So what does service revenue actually mean? Actually, for service revenue, there are multiple different kind of services that Apple does. If you know what kind of service that Apple does, right, you can type in the chat box.
I don't know actually. I'm waiting for you to teach.
So the first thing is actually Apple Care, a warranty.
They're charging for that.
Yeah, of course, you want to extend your warranty, right?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
for extension of warranty.
Yes.
But that's one time lah.
That is one time. Yeah, in general, when you buy a product, let's say you buy a MacBook for myself, mine is a 3-year warranty. So originally it should be just come with 1 year, right? So you want to extend 2 more years, then you pay additional. Then, but I can tell you, really, the service is so good.
Okay.
Yeah, like this morning when I was like doing
This
my
laptop is new.
This laptop is not new. This laptop has been 1 year, okay? But this morning when I was doing Zoom, right, then suddenly I don't know what button I pressed and I cannot switch on my volume anymore. I don't know, no matter I listen to music or maybe I'm doing Zoom meeting, there's no voice coming out from my laptop. I was thinking, oh my God, is it spoiled? Then I'm very worried. And immediately I went to Apple website and the queue was so short. It's like in 2 minutes, I get a angmo, you know, like a foreigner taking care of me from I don't know where, but like really an angmo voice taking care of me. Hey, don't worry, you know, we can help you fix this. And through the phone, right, he guided me, and like in 5 minutes, I fixed my.
Oh, so he knew. Wow,
he knew.
So pro.
So it's like the service is so good. So I think now you pay for the warranty. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it, right? And I heard that if anything that is not like really within the warranty period, anything is wrong, you can really you can replace the whole set completely free of charge.
Yeah, this one I heard.
And you can get someone to deliver to your doorstep. You don't need to go to a service center. You know, in the past I bought some stupid Fujitsu, right? Then Fujitsu, there's no proper warranty. I need to go down to, I don't know, a Europe place.
Yeah,
just to get it fixed. Oh my God, it's super fun. It's super time consuming. But Apple deliver to your doorstep. Then how about Dell?
Dell also, I think they also offer this service. So that's the reason why I buy Dell. But so far, touch wood, because I really hate to change computer, right? It's fine. Yeah, but because of this service, right? That's the reason why I buy it. Yeah. So that's why service is also very, very, very important.
Yeah.
For the company itself.
Yeah. So that is the first revenue stream they have under service. Of course, they have a lot. Some like Apple Cloud. Okay, if you use iCloud, if you want to increase your storage, that is also
those kind of service,
additional invisible things that you actually pay as a customer. But here comes the most crucial part. In terms of where are they milking the most money? Actually, where it is actually here. Okay, not drop lah. Okay, haven't dropped yet, but potential to drop or potential. That is, if you are aware of, right, Apple, where do they make money? When you own their iPhone or when you own their Apple product, right? Where do they make money most? Is actually from App Store.
Okay.
Because for every app, for example, if I'm using iPhone right now and I downloaded apps from App Store and I actually play game, let's say I play game.
Okay.
And if I'm a hardcore fan of this game, I want to buy something inside, right? And like let's say this weapon cost me $10. And Apple will take 30% of this $10.
Oh, from the gamer,
from the developer.
I see.
So the developer only earn 70%, and Apple just take 30%. And this doesn't only just apply to games. I'm going to show you some of the amazing things that Apple has been taking money every single time you pay, you subscribe, and everything.
So it's a bit like affiliate.
Yes, it's like affiliate because they provide you this platform, App Store, for you to launch your apps, for you to continue to update, engage, get people to download, and they have this Apple Pay, right? So through Apple Pay, they can also make money. So that's how they say, I provide everything for you. You will be giving, if anybody actually pay for your service, I will take 30%. So you can see nowadays, right? Like because of this ecosystem that Apple developed, actually many people, many businesses have making a lot of money. Like developers to date, right, have earned more than 120 billion worldwide because of App Store, right? A lot of businesses just happen because Apple and Google has Android, okay? So for Apple, they have iOS App Store, right? So this is how a lot of economy actually happens. So you can see many different type of apps. You have your free to use apps, which they take nothing because you don't charge anything, right? Your for Facebook, for Instagram, they also don't charge, okay? But Facebook actually they are going to charge back. They are going to charge already, but later I will explain why they're going to charge Facebook. But if it's in general just advertising, hey, for example, now I have this this workshop, I want you to attend. Hey, come and join in. And then eventually you actually pay for the workshop because I paid Facebook to advertise for me. Apple don't take a cut. But where do they take a cut? They take a cut in terms of the in-app purchase, like the games just now. If you buy certain things through games, Apple will take 30%. If you buy subscription like Netflix,
Even
like
better.
yes,
Because
like
it's
Spotify,
subscription.
yeah, they will
Okay.
also the first year they take 30%, and then subsequently they take 15%.
Wow, good.
Still good.
Yes.
Passive income.
Yes.
And for paid app directly, right, it's also directly 30%. So if you let's say you need to buy this app called, I don't know, Dark Sky Weather, and let's say this app costs $10, immediately Apple will take $3 out of it. So that's how they get. Imagine how many people actually want to develop apps for Apple. A lot, because in general, people who purchase iPhone have higher purchasing power. So the amount of revenue that developers they actually generate from iOS, from Apple Store, is a lot more than Google's Android.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really statically
Interesting,
proven. Yeah, because
Okay.
in Android, we have cheap phone like Android, right? So you don't necessarily have a high spending power, yet you can still be an Android user. But if you are an iOS, iPhone user, in general, your spending power is definitely higher, and you are willing to spend on apps as well. So that's why Apple has been taking so much money. And because of this, actually, what's the risk, right? The risk is a lot of people are, even including big companies, are complaining about it.
Okay.
They are not happy. Hey, why do I have to pay you 30%? Right?
But because they are using the platform,
yes, that's Apple's logic. Hey, because I provide you this distribution channel,
Yeah.
because of me, you get to access to every single
Yeah,
iPhone
exactly.
user, MacBook user.
Yeah.
So you should be paying 30%. That's
Yeah.
what Apple's argument.
Yeah.
But the developer argument is, but you are doing nothing. Okay, in that way, you are just helping me to distribute. I do all the work. I develop all the games, right? I spend so much money to develop this app.
Yes.
Yet you are doing nothing, so-called, and you get 30%. They are not happy.
Okay.
So that's why, including big players like Spotify, they are saying that, hey, I spend, my company as a subscription company, I'm not making a lot of money already, yet you are still taking 30% from me. Of course, they're not happy. So actually, because of this, they dropped to 15% for the subsequent year.
Either that, if they want to, I feel like if they want to remain at 30%, they have to do advertising for the developers.
So occasionally, Apple does have to push. Yeah,
I think
does have
it
to
is
push.
a two-way traffic, because
Yeah.
if it's really like not reasonable, right, then that's why they kind of drop it. Either
Yeah.
that or they give something back. Because I even like people also approach me to list on their platform. Then they tell me ridiculous things like, I'm going to take half or 30, 40%. Then I'm like, so why should I use your platform? Because they tell me to help them to drive traffic to their platform.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, so what am I paying you for? Because I am the one driving the traffic to you. Hello.
Yeah.
So I get pissed. Then I just tell them off. Then they're like, okay. Then I say, you go and think about it. Then you go and talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why Spotify, they also think that actually now people know me because we are Spotify. They want to download our service. That's why they have iPhone, they download right? It's not because of iPhone they download Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the
So maybe
argument
that's
they
the
have.
argument, correct?
Correct. So eventually, I think it's a give and take. So its first year is 30%, then subsequently it's 15%. But okay, you can see that this is not the first time that Apple is having this kind of backlash from big companies like Spotify. Actually, some other companies are also complaining, and the recent one is the most epic one. Just nice, this company is also called Epic Game. Okay, so they have this very famous this game. If you guys played before, right? It's called, I don't play this, okay, but it's called Fortnite.
Okay.
And Fortnite, apparently it's a
Looks cute.
very, very popular game. And they did this, okay? It's very, very interesting. I want to show you this video. Such an interesting video. Fortnite Apple. So basically they're complaining. They don't want to, they try to bypass, okay? Yeah, I want to show you, okay, maybe I just go to Fortnite website. You will see they purposely mock Apple from the beginning. Okay, where is this? I don't know where I found that video. Basically, they created a video, and this is mocking Apple. Can you see? This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Apple.
yeah, yeah. Also,
They-
actually, there's no such character.
There's no such character. So they are
I thought-
mocking they're mocking Apple to be like the evil big
And there's a
boss.
worm gonna eaten.
Yeah, correct.
rotting
Like
apple.
rotten. So we must fight. Join us to fight Apple until
Oh,
the end.
okay.
Okay,
So
this is what they do.
cute.
This is
Yeah,
so
I love
cute.
it. I love
right?
it. I love such stuff.
So because they are trying to bypass Apple's iOS, say, hey, don't download from iOS. You actually download from my website.
Okay.
I give you a discount. Okay, because if you download from their website, I cannot give you download from iOS, I cannot give you any discount. But if you download from my website, I give you discount. And because of that, Apple found out and they are very unhappy about it. And immediately they took down the app.
Okay.
Just took down. Okay. So Fortnite, as a result, they are basically suing Apple right now for saying that they are the monopoly. They are trying to be like bully, and they are So that's what they are complaining about. So there's a lawsuit ongoing right now. Okay, so Joshua said it's like tenant and landlord relationship lah. In the case, Apple is a landlord, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so developer are like tenants. So if you are not happy, can rent elsewhere. But can they really go? So that is the big question. Can they really go elsewhere or not?
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So that's why they have Google. So quite interesting is for Google, right? Because Apple took down Fortnite, Google also responded very, very quickly. They also took down. They also took down.
Why,
Because
ah?
Google also take 30%.
I see.
So now
Okay.
they also understand that Fortnite is trying to bypass Google as well in order to avoid the 30%. Google also took down. But Google is always trying to be a very nice big brother. I don't know why. Because maybe this revenue to them is not so crucial as compared to Apple, in my opinion. Google has so many other things that they have in your business, right? So these 30% to them, it's maybe very little. So that's why they say, okay, I took you down, but I still give you a chance to download their game through Epic Game Store available on Android. So people still actually, as an Android phone user,
Epic Game Store. Is
you can from Android, you can download this app called Epic Game Store. So as long as you download from Epic Game Store,
Oh, it's like an indirect way.
yes, indirect way of you can still download Epic.
I
This
clap
Fortnite.
for you.
Yeah, so this is Google doing.
Smart.
Because to them, they don't earn as much compared to Apple. Remember, the paying power of Android users are a lot less. So they don't really
No,
get.
I would say like the Android people are not into like maybe apps.
Yeah.
As much as Apple.
Yeah,
people, because I think they've been trained by the Apple people.
Yeah. So thanks, David. David say he can watch the video here. I think this is the video that I just mentioned.
Okay, later I'll go.
The big brother Apple is bullying people by Fortnite. It's a very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting video. Go and watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
So so that's why Google said and then another thing very interesting is Facebook. Okay, Facebook is also launching something that Apple is going to take a cut. What is that? Remember, Facebook in the past is just purely advertisement, right? So, but now Facebook, they launched a new function where you actually start charge people as a business owner or maybe as a coach, as a trainer. You can conduct class on Facebook. And Facebook say, hey, conduct a class, I'm going to give you 100% revenue. But, okay, they say, but if you purchase through this, because you are using Apple, the system, the iOS takes 30% from your purchase. So do you want to consider this, or do you want to consider another way of purchasing? So that's why Google's Facebook want to have two versions, to let people inform them that if you are iPhone user, if you are purchasing from Apple, Apple will take 30%. Then Apple immediately tell them that, hey, you cannot do this because it's irrelevant to consumer. Consumer doesn't have to know this, but Facebook say no, it's not irrelevant, because as a consumer, I probably want to really support the organizer. I want to give them more revenue. They are deserved, right? They are deserved too. Why do I want to give to Apple, who kind of does nothing and get 30%? So now they're still arguing.
So the thing, can I just interrupt? So
Yeah.
the thing is, if let's say they don't want to go through Apple, what is Facebook offering?
So they can through Facebook Pay, or maybe they go through like it's not App Store. So maybe if you have a computer,
So
right?
it seems like it's an open war of Facebook and Apple law.
Uh,
A bit, right? I mean,
kind of,
because
yeah.
there's no reason they need to highlight this one.
Yes.
From a consumer's point of view.
Yes, correct. So it's Facebook does, yeah. So it's another one trying to jump in. Big brother Facebook, also another big tech trying to jump in and
Okay, I have Facebook,
have a
but I
fight.
don't have Apple.
Have a fight with Apple, right? So that's why I feel that there are really a lot of issues being highlighted nowadays for the 30% revenue. So it is indeed Apple's fear. Imagine, because of so many things, cases being highlighted, big companies trying to voice out, small company trying to voice out, what will the court rule, right? If the court does rule to be
in favor of the big competitors, then good luck Apple.
Then Apple's service revenue will decrease.
But so if let's say if you are Apple, what do you think Apple could have done in order not to have so many unhappy big companies, big players coming to shoot them like that? Is there something that they did wrong?
What will you do then?
No, what do I do? Okay, let's say if I realize there's something wrong, it means I have to reflect. Then I have to understand what am I doing wrong, because so many people are coming to shoot at me. If one, then maybe I can still brush it off. But if there's so many big boys are coming against me, right, there's something I'm not doing right. If I'm Apple, right? So what can they do, in your opinion, that like, where all these people bullies come from? People say Apple is a bully, then now Apple seems like cannot bully.
Right. I think it's really a dilemma, because to them it's a revenue stream that they want to focus on. They know that the hardware, the products are not going to sell so well in the future, right? That's why they want to focus on the service revenue, which is majority actually come from what I just mentioned. So that's why they're so eager they don't even mind to drop iPhone price. Well, they even launch a cheaper version of iPhone. Why? Because as long as you are cheap, even though you are cheaper version of iPhone user, you are still inside their ecosystem. Once you are inside their ecosystem, anytime you purchase something in app, man, they are making money from you, right? So that's why they don't mind dropping the price. And this is the direction they are going.
But just to, maybe it's my overthinking, but because whenever before I invest in a company, if I don't know info, right, okay, not say blindly invest. If I invest, if I have profits, good for me. But once you said this, right, then I kind of actually have foresee problems coming from Apple.
Yeah.
Right, really, because if so many people are so unhappy, right, that means they are not doing enough somehow. Then if they are not doing enough and dropping the price is the solution, right, it's just going to like downhill. And then like this is like deep thinking. So this will lead to that will lead to that. So if they are not giving back something to the people who are actually using their ecosystem and they are actually coming out, right, then it's going to create a crater in their revenue.
So I think as an investor, you should be thinking about the potential risk. I still agree that Apple is a fantastic company. It has very strong moat. The ecosystem is strong. So if because of this, the price does drop, I think I will want to own this company, but not at the current price right now, because it does seems to be very overvalued with the stock price really chong all the way up. Okay, so I'm hoping that because of this, Apple has certain price correction, and
the solution,
and hopefully is the court cannot do anything to them, so they continue to be big brother.
So they always say, buy the rumor, sell the news.
Okay, so
Sue
said that agree with Gerra. How can Apple reduce the price if they didn't find out what they have they done wrong?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Actually, okay.
Or rather, I'm trying to like understand what is Apple's perspective.
They want to get more people into the ecosystem, right?
But if people are not happy, the fun games, the big boys are coming out. They're coming out of their own ecosystem. You know what I mean, right?
I kind of get what you mean, but you who is this Joshua, right, said is the tenant and landlord relationship law. Do they really have a choice or not? If they come up,
I think they can come up with choices.
Can they truly survive?
Fast or not?
Can they truly survive?
So we just watch the show.
So we just watch how Epic evolve. Maybe
I'm not only talking about Epic. I'm talking about Facebook, Epic. I'm sure there are other vendors who are actually fighting by that. Maybe they are too small to be featured in the news. Yeah. So this is something to ponder. But I'm not saying that you cannot or you have to. but this is a thought process that should be inside your mind before you buy Apple, for example, in this case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we link back to women's fear, right? So how does this fear of Apple, being undercut, how does it relate to women in general? Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so for Gerra, okay, we think that actually, it has to do with money problem at the end of the day, because you're being undercut, you are being constrained, okay, monetarily. So it can cause women unnecessary stress. All right, so we do feel panic. So how do we deal with that?
How do we deal with that? Actually, I feel like money is important, right? But to us women, right, it's not everything.
True.
Right? It is part of it, but a lot of things that we are stressed about, right, it's not really directly related to money.
Yes. Sometimes we think like, well, money is a very big thing, right? But actually at the end of the day, we actually, a lot of other things affect us more than money. Actually.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah. Like for me, right, I would be happy as long as I have enough to spend, but I don't need to be like ultra rich or like own a jet plane or like have a sports car, that kind. So yeah, so as long as I have enough, how much enough I'm not sure lah, because there's so many things I still haven't do and I really want to do, like okay, for example, I love animals. Then if let's say I want to do animal charity and I don't want to work anymore, right, something has to fund me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's an example I'm trying to say. But as long as it's enough, right, I can survive while doing maybe charity work, like for animals or something like that, then I'm happy already. Then maybe money is not that problem. But because a lot of people I think men and women are very different. Men always use money as a benchmark and measurement for a lot of things. So for example, if your husband is worried about money, right, then you will also be affected. So it becomes an indirect
stress to you.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But it's still due to money.
Yeah. I think vice versa. If your wife, like let's say you are married, or maybe your girlfriend constantly worry about money, or wife worry about money, I think the man also
correct. Yeah. Like because from a female's point of view, right, they want more money is because like they worry about paying.
They want
bills.
security. Actually.
Yes, correct. Yeah, correct. I'm not talking about other kinds of women, but for the very basic instinct kind, it will be like the needs law.
Is it enough, especially if you have children? Is it enough to make sure the kids are well taken care of, the parents are well taken care of? Because women really want to take care of a lot of things.
Yes.
Correct. So we
want not fulfilled life, wholesome, wholesome, whatever this wholesome word means. It is what we want.
So Fuda said that, but money indirectly affects our mood. Okay, no money, no nice food, bad mood. No money, no mate. You don't work like mate.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I put money problems is top 3 fears. Yeah. It is not everything, but it is the majority of things. Yeah,
correct. So exactly. So how do we have more security, or how do we generate income for ourselves, especially during this COVID-19 period where really a lot of employment are being affected, maybe pay are cut, some even get retrenched, right? So how should you level up yourself? I think that's why really learn investing the right way. Don't gamble, okay? Investing is very different from gambling. That's why you can see we also dissect deeper into the company, really understand the company before we decide to do any form of investing. So learn to invest, create your own source of income during this period of time. But of course, also need to be patient, because investing doesn't mean that, wow, today I invest, the next day I become very rich.
Actually, you can. That one is called trading.
Yeah.
But if you want to trade, there's also a different skill set and knowledge. So as long as you're willing to learn, I would say like the takeaway here is stay open-minded. Learn to the best of what you can and you want, right? Then you got your goal. So if you are not the trading kind, then you invest, then okay, you learn whatever you can. It's less stressful. Then trading is a little bit more intense, more fast paced. And then like maybe it's like more time sensitive.
Correct.
So you just learn what you have to do, and it's always achievable, I feel, because I feel maths. And like, don't let this be an obstacle to you in your journey.
Don't think that because my math's not very good, I cannot invest. It's not
more
true.
than that.
It's not true.
Like what we have talked to you, like how do you dissect a company? It's nothing mathematical. It's just maybe logic, ideas, business, and marketing. So it's a lot of those. Then the numbers and charts like play a minor role, I would say, because it is like you want to buy low, sell high, or you buy high, sell higher. That's all you kind of know with the numbers. But otherwise, right, it's not really very mathematical or like too much formulas.
That's right. And very important to find something that suits your style. For example, if you are someone who don't mind to be short term, don't mind to be like really active, I think trading may be suitable. But if on the other hand, if you're like me, generally want to be more passive, want to maybe have want to have more safety net, maybe long-term investing is more suitable for you. So no matter what, go and educate yourself, go and learn it, and that's how you can improve. All right. So last but not least, we just want to give out this gift, okay? Whoever who actually won this set of PowerPoint, okay, we actually created for you to understand a lot more about Apple, to understand a lot more about women's field as well, okay, and a solution regarding it, right? We do have the slide set for you, and I'm just going to show you how you can get it right now, okay? So all you need to do, right, is to, thanks, Bowen, financially independent like Chloe. Okay, Bowen is a fantastic investor as well. Okay, so okay, let me see. Amati said that price makes many people disappoint. Those who are big fans out of the brand. I see. Okay,
me included.
Okay, we also have don't study because you need to study because knowledge is power.
So I like you.
Yeah, because nobody can take it away from you.
Yes, I totally agree.
And because you want to know more and really want to enhance yourself and grow together with you. Totally agree on that. Thank you so much, Sue. So now let me just paste the link where you can actually get the full slide set of what we just shared so that you can read deeper into the news, into whatever you just shared right now. Okay, I just pasted the link on the right hand side on the comment. Okay, go and get it. So once you put it here, right, you can actually see that this is the link that we give you, and all you need to do is to click the download, and then just key in your email, and that's how you will immediately be given the download option to get this complete set of PPT for free as well, so that you can read much deeper. All right, so with that, we have come to the end of this spontaneous sharing. Pretty rich women. Okay, hope you guys like it, and continue to follow me, follow Gerra, because we actually talk about many different things in our page, in our Telegram channel as well. So
I have a group.
Yeah, Gerra has a
my
group.
profile. What's my?
Yeah, so her group, right? I actually have it here. I've been scrolling all the time. Can you see Gerra's Facebook group?
Oh, okay. I didn't
first glance. Okay, let me just show you what is power of first glance about.
Quickly show you.
Okay, all right. So yes, okay, we are wrapping up. Okay, because we are having a meeting right now together. we are actually going to create a women festival. All right, we want to use that to empower more women. Okay, power at first glance. Of first glance. Okay, let me just share screen. Okay, I'm sharing already, right? So yes, if you do want to find out a lot more about like your confidence, how to build your confidence, how to improve on your makeup, how to improve on your look, your skincare, and in general, how to make yourself to be a much more powerful figure as a lady inside out. Gerra does have this Facebook group, so do go and check it out. I find that it's a very valuable content that she posts every single day, including the Facebook Live right now. Right? So so she does a lot of funny videos, but then you can see transformation, right? It's really about how to take care of yourself, how to have the transformation. Okay, so do join. Oh wow. Okay, so don't need to be so big. So that's all. We are going to wrap up, and glad that you guys enjoy it. What's the link? The link. Okay, link. You mean this link?
The Facebook link or what?
Yeah. Oh, you mean Gerra's link? Okay. Let me see. Okay, if you want to go to Gerra's Facebook group, okay, so I'm just going to send the link one more time into the group, and then that you can join as well.
Yeah. See you.
All right. Thank you so much. So here's the link. Join it. And thank you so much. You enjoy it. I'm so happy as well, both of us. All right. So with that, we will see you next week. Every week we'll go live. Okay. Pretty rich women. Bye bye. See you.